This podcast is brought to you in part by PNP Games, your online source for everything video games. Visit their website at pnpgames.com or at their 2 retail locations in Winnipeg, Manitoba. All right, everybody, and welcome to the Nintendo Pulse Podcast. This is episode number 51, recording on a weird day, Wednesday, June 26, 2013. As always, I'm your host, Lloyd Hannison, and joining me with a new haircut, even. I think you might have visited the hairstylist in Animal Crossing. Stephen Munn.
I did. I went to the Pink Poodle.
What's her name?
Shampoo
Flo or
whatever
something?
It's called.
Yeah, Shampoodle. I think her name's Flo or something.
I don't have that shop yet.
Awesome. So, Stephen, how the heck are you?
I'm doing lots of Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine, but also playing lots of Animal Crossing. Lots and lots. I mean, it's one of those situations where, I mean, this is I think I said this last week, but it's the only game that I've played on my XL that runs my battery out.
Yeah.
I never got a battery light, a low battery light, I think, on my XL before. Here it is. Here's mine.
Yeah, it's I've repeatedly killed my battery. One time I must have been playing I don't know, probably for about 3-4 hours straight. It was pretty sad. And then I just happened to shift my position and noticed that my battery light was red because I had twisted. And it's like, oh crap, how long has this been red? I haven't saved in a while. I did so much. So it's like mid save while mad dashing to my bedroom where my charger is to kind of do both at the same time, just in case, because I've already screwed up a couple times and lost some items that I had farmed on the island just by being stupid and accidentally hitting the power button. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm an idiot. So I was like, no, this can't happen again. And thankfully I got there in time, so it wasn't a big deal.
Oh, okay.
But
and then in addition to running the battery down, I'm spending so much time staring at Animal Crossing that and you're a big handheld gamer, just like I am, and you have been for a long time, just like me. And so about that sponge effect that handheld screens do, where they kind of draw you in,
right?
And when you play for a long time and then you stop playing, you feel all disoriented.
Yeah,
I've never had it this extreme. Like I feel like I'm depressed, or I'm some kind of a shut-in or something like that, because I'm gonna come home from work and I flip open my 3DS and I sit on the couch and I just play Animal Crossing. And it's like, and then the battery light comes on and I go like it's bedtime at that point, and I'm trying to remember if I ate dinner, and I'll put it on the cradle next to my bed with it open, playing on the cradle.
I can join the real world again, finally.
Exactly.
Battery's dead. No,
Exactly.
my problem is I got a little of this going. I like the DS claws from holding it too long. It's like, oh, my hands don't work so much anymore.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I've had some aches in my fingers from it, my shoulders, my neck, my back.
My goodness.
Like it's actually killing me. And the animals in town are begging me to stop. They're like, listen, man,
you're not looking so good.
You're like, give me a job. And they're like, listen, man, you can take a break. It's okay. You could stop. We love it that you're here, but you really, it's fine. It's really fine, man. Go lay down.
Go get some real sun, not this virtual sun. Put down the bottle of Jack Daniels and the bag of Cheetos and go outside. Get some fresh air, man. Yeah.
The animals are going to start an intervention. I'm going to turn it on at some point. All the animals are going to be there, and they're going to be like,
there's going to be 6 couches in your house, and we're all sitting on them. It's like, we need to talk to you, Stephen. We love you.
Katie's going to be there. Tortimer's going to be there.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, Jay Carguth in chat room says we need Animal Crossing Anonymous, and that is very true. Very true. So yeah, if you haven't guessed already, this episode is going to probably be heavy on Animal Crossing. So yeah, that's about all I've been doing. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the show, and then we'll talk more about Animal Crossing. So Stephen, what have you been playing, or do I really need to ask?
Well, in addition to Animal Crossing New Leaf, I've been playing Animal Crossing on the GameCube.
Nice.
I.
I looked for my Animal Crossing GameCube. I can't find it. I
Oh
might
no.
I might have traded it in at one point when
Oh.
I think when I was buying my PlayStation 3, I traded in like $500 worth of stuff to get it. It was stupid. And I think some of my less played Nintendo games may have been some of them, because I can't find half my GameCube games that I knew I had. So
Wow.
I had one single tear roll down my cheek
Yeah.
in memory of what was. I may have to look for a used copy or something.
Yeah, and if you still have your memory card, it should be all right.
Yeah.
I still have my old memory card, and I was looking at it, and I was like, wow, this 128 megabit Nico memory card is gonna probably crap out on me at some point. So I used my modded Wii with a little app that they have on there to make a backup of my memory card, including all the
cool.
stuff that's locked, like the Animal Crossing stuff, and it's perfect.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that existed. I should do that, because I got one of those. Do you remember way back in like the PlayStation 1 days? And I guess the GameCube days, but it was mainly on the PlayStation 1. They had those memory cards that had the little buttons on them, and you'd hit the different buttons in different combinations to pull up different save banks. I had one of those for the GameCube, but it didn't have any buttons. It was just like this huge ass honking memory card, and I'm like 99% positive that that's where my Animal Crossing save is, and I'd be amazingly surprised if it still worked today. So I should go dig that out and pop it into my Wii and see if I can even pull any data up on it.
Well, mine's like about double the size of a normal Nintendo branded one, and it's black, and it's Nico branded, and it has 128 megabits, which is a lot bigger than 128, which is a lot bigger than any of the ones that Nintendo released. And it's a much faster access speed, so the loads and saves for Animal Crossing are very, very quick, which is good because they used to be very, very slow on the regular first party one. But I've been using it pretty consistently since I got my GameCube, which was launch year.
Wow. So
for my GameCube games, and
got
I
some
have like
heavy
so
use
many
then.
saves on there. Oh yeah, yeah. But it didn't move much. I mean, it always sat there plugged into the GameCube, and then when I got rid of my GameCube, I kept it because I knew I'd want those saves at some point, and I used them in my Wii.
Right.
And then it sat in my Wii, and then the Wii broke, and I moved it to the new Wii. So it hasn't moved much aside from that. But it was really cool to be able to make backups of everything.
Right.
Because I feel so much better now, because I know if the thing explodes tomorrow, I'll be able to bring all that back. Just have to find another memory card to copy it onto.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, I'm now getting kind of like a little bit of panic. I was like, I should back up my stuff now that I can.
Yeah.
Well,
It's so easy to do.
I'm gonna have to soft mod my Wii, I guess, since I don't have any data on it anymore, since it's all on my Wii U.
That's what I did.
Look into doing
Great.
that and backing up. It's sad
So
that there's no other way
Go
to
ahead.
do it. It's sad that there's no other way to back up that data.
Yeah. That was. I was looking online for different ways to make a backup of it. At first, I'm like, there's got to be some way to do this, and then I found the, the soft modded thing. I was like, oh, I've got to do that. So.
G-Car, you just tell me to stop the show and go back it up right now. I think it'll be okay for a few more seconds.
Yeah, it's been good this long. It's not going to catch fire.
Oh, that's awesome.
So in the GameCube one, I played that one to death when it came out.
Yeah.
So I've got every fish, every bug except for one.
Oh, wow.
So I have the golden rod from getting every fish, and I'm one bug away from getting the golden net. But I got to find out what bug that is. I don't know which one it is. And the axe, you just have to. I guess you have to keep your town in perfect condition and talk to the wishing well and have it tell you it's in perfect condition every day for something like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I started that today.
Nice.
So I'm going to go and I'm going to try and remember to talk to the well every day for 2 weeks. See if I can get a golden axe.
Yeah. Which is not to be confused with the game Golden Axe.
Right.
But
Right.
they're different things.
They are. Yeah, I have that on Sega Genesis.
Wow. I just opened up my Animal Crossing because I want to run to the island because I'm going to do some fishing and bug catching after this. And Quilson just stopped me and says, hey, we need to spruce up Nukota, which is the name of my city. I know exactly what would do it. We need a parabolic antenna. What?
That's exactly. Someone today told me that we need a rice stand. I don't even know what that is.
To sell like rice balls or something?
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
This game is so awesome.
It is.
It
It's
is
amazing.
so awesome.
And
I
I'm,
love
I'm
every
kind of
part of it.
disappointed with the add-on to the museum because I thought it might have the observatory and the coffee shop, but I guess those are elsewhere.
Yeah, I thought the coffee shop for sure was in the second floor. Maybe it's something that comes after. Because I was like,
Foreman tweeted a picture of himself working as a barista in the coffee shop.
yeah, yeah. Once you become friends with the coffee shop owner, he offers you a part-time job.
That's cool.
Yeah. I want the coffee shop, but apparently it's not where I thought it was. I'll have to go look for it and figure out a way to do it.
Maybe
Actually,
it's in Club Law.
maybe that could be. I did pick up one new thing this week. We're still talking about Animal Crossing. You haven't even got through all the games, but I ended up finding a copy of the game guide.
Cool.
Finally here. I went to like every EB near my area and went to like Future Shop and Best Buy. No one had it. So I was like, well, I don't want to go home yet. I'm going to go try one more place. And I went to a bookstore because there's these places that sell these things made of dead paper. It's strange but true. They exist.
I don't understand why anyone would do that, but okay.
It's weird.
You mean like Amazon?
Yeah, I think it's one of Amazon's warehouses that they staff with people in Starbucks locations. It's odd, but I walked in there and couldn't find it. So Chapters is the name of the book, the bookstore franchise that we have here, and went and they have a computer system, and I typed in Animal Crossing New Leaf, and it's like 6 copies. I'm like, what? But I just went and looked. So I went back to the computer area because that's where all the gaming stuff is, and couldn't find it. And I'm like, what the hell? Why can't I find it? And then I noticed that there was a Last of Us guide that looked kind of weird because it was standing up, but half of it was kind of folded in a little bit. Like it was like on the top shelf, like there would be many behind it, but it was like kind of folded in. So I was like, that's weird. Pulled it off, and there was like the secret cache of Animal Crossing New Leaf guides behind it. It's like, did someone hide them? Are they trying to like sell them on eBay or something, and they just didn't have enough money? Like, what the heck? So I grabbed my copy, and walked out of the store. And then I also took the Last of Us guide because I wanted to have some of the art that was inside of it, which is just really incredibly stupid. But I found my game guide, and I'm noticing all sorts of inaccuracies, like things like I'm looking at the bug section.
I'll cancel my order that I was in the process of placing at Amazon.
Yeah, like I mean, it's not like egregious or anything. It's not something that's going to ruin your game, but something like I'm looking at the bug section, and it says that the tiger beetle, the little beetles that run around on the island at night, on the ground, it says there were 32,000 bells. They're not. There were 1,600 bells.
Yeah.
So I read that and I'm like, what? I've been walking past these things. I collected pretty much a full load back of these guys. And I'm like, I'm going to be rolling in it. I'm never going to have to do this for like ever. I'm going to do 2 upgrades. I'm going to be so rich. And then I sold them all and I made like 80,000 bells. And so like, what? How is that?
Wow.
That makes no sense. And then sure enough, I sold one and all I got for it was 1,600 bells. It's like, damn you, book. You ruined all hours of my life.
Yeah, see, this is why I always hate those Prima guides and stuff.
Yeah,
They're so frustrating. They used to be so much better when Nintendo made them themselves because they were accurate.
Yeah, exactly. The only good thing about this guide is it has a little code inside of it where you unlock the online version, which normally is just useless because it's just like a wiki up there. But this online version has all the items in kind of like a sortable database thing, so you can go and do searches and all that stuff online.
And I bet the wrong information has been corrected on there.
Probably. But it looks like there might be a way to record there what you have and what you don't have. So if you're looking to trade items or whatever, you don't have to run to TNT and look on your little computer to figure out what items you have and which items you need if you're trying to get a particular collection finished or whatever. So might be useful for that, but I probably could have just bought the online version for $14 or something and saved myself a few dollars, but yeah, no, I'm kind of happy. I like having a little paper guide. Plus, it's this little tiny thing. It's not like a big ass one. It's really fat, but it's kind of like it's like pocketbook size type thing. So
it's $12 on Amazon. $12 on Amazon for that guide.
Really, that's it. I paid $22. But of course, its Canadian prices are a little bit different from American.
Sure.
But I think it's $20 MSRP. So that's a pretty good deal.
Yep. Yeah, it's free shipping too because I have Prime, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I'll just keep using GameFAQs or whatever for anything like that.
Yeah, I like having guides, but I find that I have my iPad on me Like it's on my lap while I'm playing this game. It's like, well, why am I looking at this dead tree thing
Exactly.
when I could just go online and use the power of the internet to get all my data? I don't know. Old habits. Back in the days where I used to buy game guides before I bought the game just to read about the game or stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway. So sorry to...
I caught a coelacanth today.
Oh, you crazy man. I haven't been able to find one.
It was just I was fishing this evening and it was raining. I was on the beach and
yeah, I've never actually seen a large shadow when it's raining.
It's the same size as the sea bass one. I thought it was going to be a sea bass.
I thought it was the same size as the shark without the actual fin.
It didn't appear to be to me.
Huh. Okay, well, maybe I did see them. I just didn't fish them because I just assumed they would be sea bass and net me all of 300 bells or whatever it is.
120, I think it is.
Is that all it is? Yeah, I throw them back when I catch them because they're not worth my time. Not worth my time. All right, anyway, so that's enough of a rat hole. What else have you been playing?
I played some new Super Mario Brothers U because I was going to make the silly mistake of ordering new Super Luigi U.
Yeah.
After not really enjoying new Super Mario Brothers U. So I put in new Super Mario Brothers U and I played it for a little while and I actually was enjoying it for a few levels and then it started to get some of the really cheap design and I was like, you know what? I don't want to subject myself to Luigi, especially considering it's supposed to be much more difficult.
Yeah.
So I didn't pick it up.
You know, I was the same way. I was on my Wii U with my kids, and we played a little bit of Super Mario World, and then a little bit of New Super Mario U. And it's like, oh, this Luigi game came out, guys. And I showed them kind of the video, and they're like, yeah, this would be great. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. But again, it was like one of those things where I was on the store ready to buy it, ran out of time. I was like, I'll just do it later. Which is probably a good thing because I ended up looking at some of the reviews and stuff, and it's apparently really, really, really difficult. I knew it was going to be difficult, but I think it might even be too difficult for my kids, which is the reason why I would be buying it. So I think I've kind of gone back on my decision to even pick it up. I don't think it's one I'm going to own. I might buy the actual boxed version and just keep it sealed or whatever, or keep it on my shelf, and maybe play it down the road. But I think I'm kind of Mario'd out right now. I don't think I need to own it.
Yeah, I'll hold off till Super Mario 3D World comes out and see how that reviews and maybe pick that up.
Oh, that looks so good.
Because that was fun.
Looks so good, so good. The cat is the cutest thing ever.
It is. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So
that's pretty much it. Everything else I've been playing this week has been just, the usual stuff I play all the time. Torchlight 2. I picked up Myth 2.
Yeah, oh, nice.
And I
good old
I picked it
Bungie.
up, so I don't. Yeah. I guess they don't own that anymore. I guess they sold the rights to the Myth brand.
Yeah, because after you said today that you had played that, I was like, oh, Bungie, what did you ever do with that IP? Because they released like the marathon stuff. They kind of open sourced it. And it's like, have at it. And I was like, maybe they did that with Myth. And it's like, no, they sold it to, I think, 2K Games or something, which is really kind of bizarre because you haven't seen anything from it.
Yeah. But there's a community. There's this really strong community built around Myth 2 at magmaproject.net, I think it is. And they have been continuing to patch the game. And the most recent patch came out, I think, late last year or early this year, the version 1.8 patch, and it added like some visual interpolation and new scaling options. There's new modes. There's a capture the flag mode and a bunch of other stuff, all new maps.
Yep.
There's a super high resolution texture pack for the game and everything like that. And they've kept it up to date so that it will run on modern computers. So I bought a complete boxed copy of Myth 2 on eBay, and while I'm waiting for it to arrive, I just downloaded a disk image of it, and it wouldn't install because it's designed for PowerPCs. So
yes.
I downloaded the 1.8 patch that they made for at Magma Project, and I ran that, and it's like, okay, so do you want to install from the CD? And I'm like, yes. And it pulled right off the disk image, and it pulled the pieces that it needed, and it installed it, and it runs natively right in Mountain Lion. So it's very impressive. And there's a Windows version as well.
That's amazing. I used to love that game. I mean, I remember back when it first came out, and playing it on like Mac OS 8 or whatever it was, or maybe 9. And it was like the most amazing graphics ever. It's like, holy crap, you throw something and this tree lights on fire, and it's like all these people are running around on fire. This is the best thing ever. And sure enough, it wasn't the best thing ever, but it was pretty damn cool for the time.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So that's about it for you. I mean, do you really have time for anything but Animal Crossing, really? I guess that was a stupid question.
No, not really.
All right. Well, for myself, I've been playing also a lot of Animal Crossing New Leaf. I've been doing a lot of midnight bug runs, so I can't sleep. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to do a 45-minute run to the island, catch all of the expensive bugs,
Sharks
as well, sail back to the mainland, keep the stuff there, save and quit, and then in the morning I have like 300,000 bells worth of loot to sell to fund all of my upgrades and stuff. And it's just, this game is so good.
It is.
I saw that you had Katie. You posted an image on Twitter that Katie had come to your town.
Yeah, I didn't have anybody around who would open their who would respond.
I wish I would have seen that. I wish I would have been around my 3DS. I would have opened my gates for you. But yeah, there's what is anything new happened to me in Animal Crossing? I don't think so. I finally built the museum second floor like you have as well. Just playing the game, just really loving it. One thing I want to do is, if anybody is listening to this and has duplicates of any new Super Mario or any of the Nintendo items, I guess, I'm looking to trade some of my Nintendo items. I have duplicates of the R-Wing and the Mario Kart and Pikmin Head and 1-Up Mushroom, and I'm just looking for items that I don't have because the last like 3 days, every single fortune cookie I opened was a duplicate, which is just making me increasingly more agitated that I think it could be the sugar in the fortune cookies. Or
I have the Wario, 2 of the Wario nose, 2 of the Link hat.
Okay.
And I think that might be it. I think that might be all the duplicates that I have right now.
I'll have to trade for one of your Link hats, I think, because I don't have one of those yet. I have an extra Samus helmet if you need a Samus helmet.
I have one of those already.
Okay. I got a bunch of other stuff as well.
It's like, I have no Wario nose.
I had 3 Wario noses. I gave 2 away to friends. And I'm just loving the game. So if anybody wants to trade, head on over to the VG Podcast forums. I created a thread for item trades. And if you have any items to trade or want any specific items, jump in there and let us know. Besides Animal Crossing New Leaf, I finally received my Ouya in the mail.
And how's that?
You know, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I knew it was going to be kind of a stinker when I kickstarted it, but I thought it could be cool. My problem is I saw the project the day that it was announced and said, well, I'm going to get myself an Ouya. And then I didn't back it. But I had favorited the Kickstarter project. So 28 days goes by and I get an email. The project's about to close. Don't forget to back it and show us your support. I'm like, what? Did I do that? So I went in and sure enough, I hadn't backed it. And so I went in quickly and backed it 2 days before the project closed, or 3 days, or whatever that email comes out when you favorite something. So I didn't receive my Ouya till the day before it was supposed to hit retail. So I could have just saved myself all the hassle and then not have been able to find it in local stores because I don't think it's being carried anywhere locally. But
yeah, Amazon has had it, but yeah, who knows what that would have been.
Amazon doesn't ship half the stuff to Canada. It's really annoying.
A bummer.
If you go to Amazon.ca and you look at their game section, it is way different than the US section. Like some games will be on the US section for $10, and you look here and they're still $49.99 or $59.99. It's like, how is that possible? You're sharing the same freaking warehouse space for a lot of this stuff. What are you doing, Amazon?
Hey, we got to get something set up. I'll get you my mailing address so that if you ever see something on there that's cheap that you want to order, and just have it shipped directly to me, and then I can relay it to you, and you can just reimburse me the shipping.
That would probably be a good idea, because it would probably be cheaper for me to get it shipped to you and pay for extra shipping than it would be for me to buy it from Canada's Amazon or any other online retailer.
Yeah, usually it costs a few dollars. Most of those games, especially just regular games, are usually so lightweight that they're not expensive to ship to Canada.
Cool. We'll have to do that for sure. So yeah, the Ouya is pretty cool. I hooked it up. It's just an HDMI connection, and so I hooked it up and had incredibly hard times getting it on my wireless network, and I heard that's one of the major faults with the software that ships on it. I have an Airport Extreme, and apparently Airport Extreme base stations are extremely finicky with this, or the Ouya is extremely finicky with Airport Extreme. So
that's what the extreme means.
Yes, it's too extreme for Ouya. Ouya is too conservative, and they just can't handle all that rock and roll music and the hippity hoppity. But so I would get on the wireless network, and then I would start the software download, and then it would fail like with 30 seconds later. And I'd restart, and I'd get back on the wireless network, and I'd start the update, and it would fail. And I'd do this multiple times. The worst part was my password. I use 1Password on my Mac, which creates like 30 character random passwords that are impossible to type in. And I had that for my Ouya password. So I'm typing in this thing with like special characters and uppercase and numbers. And between when I would type in my username and start typing in my password, my network would go down. And then my password would say, password incorrect, cannot reach server. And then I'd reboot the box and do this again. I actually changed my password to FU Ouya. And typed that in, finally got in, started the update. Finally it worked. The software update came down, changed my password back to something that is I never want to type in again. So hopefully then the Wi-Fi network doesn't boot me off, and I have to retype in my password. But finally got it online and updated. And you know what? It is actually kind of fun. I've been playing some really great games. There's this really awesome dual stick shooter called Dub Wars, which is it's like a dubstep the dual stick shooter where as the music builds, your shot patterns build to the music, and then eventually you get the big drop, and then you fire like lasers and rainbow beams and boomerangs and all this like crazy stuff. And I've been playing that like every night with my kids, and it's their favorite thing in the world. They just love when the ships go absolutely like bonkers. So I've been playing a lot of that up until today when it was updated. And the previous version that I had was the alpha version, which I guess had all the levels unlocked because they're going through a Kickstarter right now to launch that app. Well, they updated it for the retail launch of Ouya, and they locked all the other stages except for the first one. So I had the full game, and now if I want to play the full game again with my kids, I have to pay $15 to pre-buy it on the Ouya, which is terrible. I'm probably gonna do it anyway. I backed their Kickstarter because this game is really, really fun. But it's like either I wait for their Kickstarter to finish and the game to be written, and then I get the game, or I pay $15 and my kids are happy now. What do I do? So I'm still stumbling with that decision. Played a game called Towerfall, which is a really probably one of the best games, indie games that I've played in the last year, if not last couple of years. It's kind of like a action shooter. There's like deathmatch stuff, but it's all 2D sprites, and you're firing out arrows at things or people, and it's just so much fun. The controls are bang on, even with the jacked up Ouya controller. It works really, really good. So that one's really neat. And a bunch of other games. There's emulators on there. You can sideload apps from Android. So I'm going to eventually put like Xbox Media Center on that thing. It's going to be like my old original Xbox that had at the end of the Xbox life. I basically did the soft mod with what game was that you're able to do it with? I can't even remember. I remember ordering that game and a USB key off of eBay for the sole purpose of soft modding it to get Xbox Media Center, and it was pretty much Xbox Media Center, an Xbox Media Center box. But you can apparently sideload that app, so I'm going to try doing that. And then at the very minimum, this will be a way for me to just get TV content on a TV where I don't have an Apple TV already, since most of my televisions already have an Apple TV. So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool for $100. It's kind of neat. The pricing structure is really kind of jacked up, where games that were $2.99 or $2 or $3 on the iPad are now $10 or $15 on the Ouya, and some other games which are only 99 cents should be more. So there's all this pricing stuff that's happening. It's similar to when the iOS App Store launched, where you had like Monkey Ball, which was pretty much uncontrollable on the iPad, or on the iPhone rather. Like the controls didn't work at all, and it came out at $9.99. where it should have been it should have been 99 cents. But they were trying things. No one knew what the pricing was. I think I think the pricing stuff with the Ouya will eventually settle down, and it'll be still more than what an iPad app is, which I fully agree with. Like, people are undercharging on the iOS App Store by many dollars for a lot of these apps that I'm buying. But if games got down to like $5 or $10 instead of 10 to 15, I would be really happy, and I'd be happy to buy games every once in a while to play on my Ouya. So yeah, interesting little thing. I can't really recommend you buy it because there really isn't enough there, even at $100, except if you're a big Android fanboy and you have a lot of apps already purchased on your phone. A lot of those apps, you can actually sideload them onto your Ouya, and then it will actually just start working. As long as the APK has been designed with the larger screen real estate, it'll just start working. And the Ouya itself will support various Bluetooth controllers. So most games are designed to support some Bluetooth controller. So most things just work from what I'm hearing. I'm not an Android user, so I haven't been able to do any of that stuff, but I know a lot of people that are, and they'll be pretty happy to find that stuff out. If you don't want to buy extra controllers with your Ouya and you have extra PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 controllers, you can actually just plug them right in, or the PlayStation 3 you can actually connect right through Bluetooth and use that on your Ouya as well. So pretty cool stuff. It's not Nintendo at all, but it's a cool little system, and I'm kind of happy I picked it up. We'll see where it goes from here.
Cool.
All right, man. Well, I guess that's it for what we've been playing. Let's get into the touchback segment, as you said, Stephen, earlier before we started the show.
The touchback.
I should play that sound. No, I'm not going to. So we got some feedback from our last show, which was really great. We had a guy named Chatton who left a comment on the episode 50 post, and it goes, I thought it was cool that you were getting a Wii Mini for your collection. Funnily enough, I ordered mine a few days ago and it arrived today. Sadly, I ordered new from Amazon and it came without the plastic wrapping, so it doesn't have that brand new vibe to it. I'll probably keep it all boxed up for display, but I might take out the red Wii remote, as that looks too hot not to use with my Wii U. Also, I'm not seeing on the box it's saying anything about a limited edition, but I can imagine this being this being a very collectible item in the years to come. I think 40,000 have been sold to date. I may be wrong there, but tiny numbers. And that was from Chatton. So thanks for your feedback. And well, I said you're a part of the problem, Stephen. Apparently Chatton thinks that you're part of the solution.
Mine didn't come in plastic either, but the consoles never do.
No, they're usually just cardboard, and they have stickers over all the openings now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you liking it? Does it look good on your shelf?
The box, yeah. The box looks fine on my shelf, just sitting there.
Did you take out your red Wiimote as well to play with? No.
No, I'm leaving it all in there.
Yeah. After you said that, I kind of want one now too. So damn you.
Yeah.
Damn you for spending my money.
It's slick looking, and I mean, I wish that it had all the functionality.
The funny thing is, I think I was like, oh, this thing is useless. It doesn't have any of the network support. And then Nintendo this week turned off all of the network services. So it's like, oh yeah, so that really doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, well, they didn't turn off the Wii Shop channel.
That's true. Wii Shop is still there, but pretty much everything else is now dead. So yeah, I mean, if you're just using it to play Wii games, it doesn't play GameCube though, which I might have picked it up just to have something smaller that would play GameCube. But
yes, that's the thing. And there's no component video either.
That's right. So yeah, it's a pretty tiny little box, but may work for some people that just want a smaller Wii in their collection. All right, so thanks to Chatton for sending that one in. Let's get into the rest of the show. For notable releases, got a couple this week. Project X Zone is, when does that release? Let me see here. I'm looking for...
It already came out.
Did it already come out? Okay, so it came out yesterday?
I think so. Let me see.
I'm looking at that. But basically, it's a Namco Bandai like tactical RPG, but it just looks like, it looks crazy. Like yeah, I see.
Yesterday.
I'm looking at some of the screenshots, and did I see like Mega Man in there, and like the fantasy, not the Fantasy Star, the Fantasy Zone little spaceship, and Chun-Li? Like, is that, are all those things really in it? Or
I'm seeing some original characters here. Okay, Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, Dante and Dimitri,
oh my god,
Ryu and Ken Masters, Chun-Li and Morrigan, X and Zero, Frank
just
West and Shinko, Kurt Irving, Real Marsaris, Valkyria Chronicles, Ichiro Ogami, Sakura Shinguji, Gemini Sunrise, Erica Fontaine, Akira Yuki, Pachan, Toma and Surreal, Zephyr and Leanne,
and Bruce
Yuri
Willis.
Lowell. So everyone's here, yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Like the guy, Bruce Willis, isn't it? What the hell is this game, Steven?
I don't see Bruce Willis on this list.
I'm reading some of the comments and
Solo units. Let's see.
apparently Bruce Willis is a licensed character from one of the Capcom because they did the Die Hard arcade game. So that character is in there as well, apparently.
Bruno Derringer, Dynamite Cop. Is that him?
What is this? I don't understand. It's got Bruce Willis in it. I want this game now because it has Bruce Willis in it.
I see no mention of Bruce Willis.
I'm looking at Kotaku right now, and it's like, hell, it's even got Bruce Willis, is one of the quotes. If you're in the story to justify 60 characters from Dot Hack, Valkyria Chronicles, Mega Man, Street Fighter, Resonance of Fate, Virtua Fighter, Tales of Vesperia, Space Channel 5, God Eater, Sakura Wars, Dead Rising, and more are teaming up to take on familiar enemies on familiar battlefields. And then perhaps Project X Zone is not for you if that's not what you like. It's the Battle Network stars of the Battle of the Network stars of the gaming age, and we're just here to watch them work and play together. Hell, it's even got Bruce Willis. Damn, that is so incredibly cool. Yeah, I'm seeing a screen that has Bruce Willis and Chun-Li standing side by side. What is this? This is so bizarre.
Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
I should know more about this, but I don't. And now I'm very happy I know about it, and I definitely want to go pick it up. So this game is on the 3DS, and what? It's $62. Oh, it must have been sold out, and these are other people that are selling it.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can just buy it digitally.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to do that. So, yeah, I'm looking at the box art. Jill Valentine, Ryu. Wow, this is it's got ooh la la. I want this game now. I'm gonna go download this. This is amazing. So thank you, Steven. How did I miss this?
There's a demo that's been on the store for a little while now, so
really?
you can even give it a try and see if you.
I'm so out of touch. I feel that I should have heard about this before now. I mean, I heard about it, but I didn't really know what it was. It's just like people are making big deals of it, and I never really knew about what it was. So I'm definitely gonna go check out the demo and play this one because it's got freaking Bruce Willis, man. I'm sold.
I'm going to give it a try too. I'll get the demo too.
I am sold. All right. So besides Project X Zone, we have a Nintendo eShop title, Kokuga, which is by Ikaruga's creator. It's a new shoot 'em up. It's going to be hitting the eShop tomorrow on Thursday, and it's going to be $15. Saw some screenshots and some video, and it looks very pretty. So if you know what Ikaruga is and those like kind of bullet hell shooters, this will definitely be something that you'll want to check out if you like pretty versions of bullet hell shooters. So bullet semi hell, I guess.
And I'm a fan of Ikaruga, and I haven't played Radiant Silvergun, but I've heard that's really good too.
Yeah, they're all like that. It's like a lost art, those bullet hell shooters. Even though Cave is still coming out with new stuff on iOS and stuff like that, it's they're not as popular as they once are. So it's good to see some of these games still coming out. So if you're into those types of shooters, check out Kokuga on the eShop starting tomorrow for $15. All right, man. Let's get into the rest of the show. Let's get into the news. So I know this, like, I remember back when I used to do the DS Life podcast with Edgar First, we used to bitch and moan about all the amazing special edition consoles that Japan was getting. And that's continued on to 3DS. And me and you haven't really gotten together to reiterate how upset we get every time one of these comes out. So I guess this is a good time as any. Japan, it was just announced that Japan is getting 2 more special edition 3DSs for Monster Hunter 4, and the other one is for I think they're both Monster Hunter 4.
Yeah.
One is called Feline something.
Feline white and Goa Magara
They're-
black, and they're two different. The felines are the cat-like characters in the game.
Right. It looks
And
like Hello
the other
Kitty.
thing's
When I
monster.
first saw it, I was
Yeah.
like, what, Hello Kitty? And like, no, that's not Hello Kitty. There's no pink
Yeah.
bow. So yeah, more awesome stuff coming to Japan. Like the black one looks amazing. It's got the Great Monster Hunter crest in the middle with a
Yeah.
bunch of art and stuff.
It is slick.
And but do you know
Absolutely
what we
slick.
get in North America, Steven?
We got the Animal Crossing one.
we got the
in
Animal Crossing
extremely
one.
Limited numbers.
Yeah, Animal Crossing. We got that Luigi one. I think isn't that coming out, or it's already out or something?
Was the Luigi one coming here? I didn't know that.
I thought it was. Maybe not. It doesn't matter because we don't really need it anymore. Because if you pre-order Luigi's Dream Team, you get a sticker that you can put on your DS to make it look like you have a Mario face or a Luigi face. So we don't need special editions, Steven. We just have stickers. Did you see that
Oh my
pre-order
God.
bonus?
No.
Yeah, it looks terrible. So you put the sticker on your 3DS so that when it's over your face like this, it looks like you're Mario or you're Luigi. That's what we get. Japan gets all this really cool stuff. They even get things where you have to like basically win a lottery to have the ability to purchase, and we get stickers. Something's not right here. Something's not fair.
Yeah. Did you click through to see the black 3DS XL, the big version?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so pretty.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm not that big into Monster Hunter. I mean, like, I bought the Wii U one. I haven't played it much. I played the Wii one a little.
Mm-hmm.
But this, like, I mean, you don't have to have any interest in Monster Hunter to think that this is a really cool design.
Yeah, exactly. No, I like the even the feline white looks really cool. Like it's stylish, and
Let me
that's-
check on that one.
It's exactly what it's exactly what
Yeah,
the
that one's cute,
3DS
too.
should be. If you like a game, you buy a special edition console to show your love. I mean, that makes sense, but I guess that just doesn't make it over here to North America.
And, you know, there were so many cool ones for, like, the GBA, GBA SP and stuff like that.
Hell, they even had like
I imported a couple.
they even had the N64. They had all the different special editions of the N64. You get the Pikachu one or the Donkey Kong one. Like they even did it for consoles, but you'd think the portable would be the one that would make sense. But I think it makes more sense Japan, where people are a lot more together because of like space reasons. Like you're always passing by thousands of people, and if you see people on a train or on a bus or sitting in a park playing their 3DS, it's just another way of like accessorizing your outfit, I guess. Where here, walking around town, I never see anybody playing a portable gaming system unless it's an iPhone. There's a lot of gamers here that do play their 3DSs. It's just not as concentrated, I guess. Maybe that's the reason for not bringing them over here to North America. But it'd be nice if they at least sold them on the website. Like, don't put them in stores.
Yeah.
Just have them available for people that want to pick stuff like this up.
I mean, they've done some limited stuff like that before, like they did with Xenoblade Chronicles. They sold it only at GameStop. And as much as I hate GameStop,
Yep.
as long as the price isn't any higher, I'd buy something new to get a special console from them.
Yeah, I agree there. So anyway, the hate of the console segregation continues here on the show. We want our consoles. I don't know. We'll have to come up with a fun chant and go stand outside the Nintendo World Store or something. We could be like...
I'd be happy enough if they just make them region free.
that would be really good too. I guess maybe we'll jump right to that story with the Xbox 180 happening last week, where Microsoft said, fine, you don't like DRM, we're not going to give it to you, but we're taking our ball and going home. We're taking all the cool stuff out of the console and going home, which was kind of laughable and funny. One really interesting thing came from that whole kerfuffle, and that is the fact that the Xbox One will now be region free. So if you buy a disc from Japan, I'm laughing because they don't sell Xbox games in Japan. But if you do, you can actually import it and play it right on your Xbox One. The PlayStation 4 was already announced to be region free. The Vita is region free. Nintendo now is pretty much the only console manufacturer that has region locks on both their portables and their actual like consoles. Yeah. So hopefully this will change, and to help that along, there is a petition that has been started on change.org, which is interesting, because isn't change.org, isn't that where you where you try to get like the president to talk about stuff. If you get 100,000 signatures, the president has to comment on it. Isn't that changed?
I know you do that right on the White House
Oh,
website.
okay. So this is something different. Okay, so this is a petition on change.org. It currently has 6,350 supporters, and it needs 10,000. So if you too would like to have Nintendo know how much you hate the region locks, because they'll see this and they'll just kind of laugh and they'll talk about how cool Luigi is and how it's the year of Luigi. But if you like it, you can basically sign this petition and make your feelings known. Maybe if enough people actually do sign it and it does gain some traction, Nintendo will actually at least comment on it. I mean, they're saying that the reason why certain games made it over here, like what was the name of that project that people did to get all of those Japanese RPGs over here?
Project Rainfall.
Sorry, I thought of it just as you said it. That actually worked. Like, people went crazy online and talked about it, and Nintendo heard, and they brought some of the games over here. So maybe something like this could happen. But Nintendo's always been really kind of anal about this, saying no, because there's ESRB in America, and there's different stuff in Europe, PEGI, and then there's other stuff in Japan. There's 3 different systems. We can't have one console that does 3 different things, because you're not writing stuff on a computer that can actually have an if then and else statement somewhere in the code that says, if US, this is an ESRB rating, and it's not T for teen. If it's not T for teen, lock it out. Or if it's not PEGI 11, lock it out. But apparently that's too complex for Nintendo, so they can't do that. But that's always been their excuse, is the multiple rating systems in different parts of the world makes it impossible for parental controls to work, which is just laughably stupid.
Right. It's very, very easy stuff. And, I imported games on my DS. My favorite game on the DS is Uendon.
Yeah.
And that was an import. It never came out in the US. I mean, they made it like a different version of it called Elite Beat Agents here, which was also great. But Uendon and Uendon 2 are still the best games on the platform as far as I'm concerned. And it's like,
yeah,
just let us import these games. They're never bringing them here anyway.
And you're getting our money. It's not like we're stealing them. It's not like, oh, it came from Japan, so it just runs for free. It's just available out there, like on the internet or something. It's like you're going and you're buying the disc or the cartridge, and you're spending the money to import. You're paying the importer tax when you buy from like PlayAsia or whatever, because the game is, they sell it for a little bit more than retail because they got to make a cut, and then they ship it, and you're paying maybe double on what you'd be paying if you were actually in Japan, and then you can't play it unless you buy an overpriced Japanese console to play it on as well.
Yeah, we're not even talking about huge numbers. It would just be a few people who would do this, who would import these consoles. It's not going to have a negative impact on their bottom line. If anything, it'll be positive.
Yep. Yeah, no, I fully agree. So anyway, if you're tired of this as we are, go sign the petition. Petitions rarely ever work, but at least it's a way to get some social traction, potentially. If enough people do it, enough people tweet about it, that'll be something that maybe Nintendo has to comment on. And I mean, they're the only one now that's not doing it. So it's not like they would be the first one to make this change. It's nowhere else. So maybe that'll be enough for Nintendo to change their minds. So we'll put links to the petition in the show notes, so do check it out. All right, moving on. Sonic Lost World. A lot of people are really excited about this. A lot of people hate Nintendo now because they stole their Sonics. There's a lot of hate online for Sega going console platform specific for this title. But anyway, Sonic Lost World multiplayer was detailed this week, and it's really kind of bizarre. If you want to play multiplayer on the Wii U, it's local multiplayer only. So like on the same couch multiplayer. Though if you buy the 3DS version, it has online 4-player racing. So they have online multiplayer for the portable system that you aren't always by an internet connection, because you might be sitting out in a park somewhere. But the one system that is always connected to the internet, if you're downloading games from the eShop or whatever, has just local multiplayer. Really bizarre. I guess the Wii U has been fleshed out with cooperative play, similar to a lot of other games where someone uses the gamepad to play, and then someone else can help them out with the Wii remote or vice versa. But yeah, like, why does this console version not have multiplayer? I don't get it. That was the one announcement this week that really kind of confused me. I mean, not that I would play a lot of online multiplayer, but I know there are some people out there that would, and that would be a lot of fun to play.
Wow. Yeah, that's a strange choice they made there.
Yeah, really, really bizarre. So Sonic Lost World, details keep flowing. So I'm sure we're going to keep hearing different things about this game as it comes out. But it's looking better and better. I'm not a huge Sonic fan, to be honest with you. I didn't really like Sonic when it first came out. I think Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 was my favorite game of that. I think it was Sonic 3. It was favorite one.
2 is the correct answer.
Yeah, was it 2 then? I can't remember.
Sonic 2 is the correct answer.
That was
if
Sonic
one was
Tails,
good,
right? Tails.
That was one where they introduced Tails.
So yeah, that was the one where Tails' first game, and then Sonic 3. Yeah, I can't remember. I didn't own.
3 was where they introduced Knuckles, and
right.
It got a little bit too busy.
Right. So yeah, Sonic 2 was my favorite one. Played the hell of it over at friends' houses. Never actually owned any cartridges, even when I eventually bought consoles that had cartridges. I never actually owned it. About the closest I got was I bought the Sonic collection for my GameCube because my wife loves Sonic. So she would play Sonic on the GameCube, and that was it. Informant in the chat room says he bathes in the sweet, sweet tears of Sonic fans who refuse to buy a Wii U, and that is great. I don't think you get too clean with that, but it's probably pretty delicious. But yeah, I'm not a huge Sonic fan, and not be able to play online with my friends would kind of like sway me to maybe not pick this version up. So I don't know. Maybe this is something that is I don't know, modifiable if they get enough hate. But I think the Sonic team is used to their fans like erupting in furor every time that some change or some little thing leaks out that they don't like. They tend to be a very angry bunch, those Sonic fans, from what I see.
Long suffering. We are long suffering.
That is true. You haven't had much. Like you had Dreamcast, Sonic Adventure, and it's been kind of a steep cliff drop off after that.
Yeah, well,
Colors was okay.
The last couple have been pretty good. Colors was okay. Yeah. Rush was good on DS.
How about Sonic running around with a sword? I mean, that was the best game ever.
What was that? Sonic and the Black Knight? I didn't even play that.
I know.
I also didn't play Shadow the Hedgehog. And
oh my God, that was horrible.
Unleashed. Actually, I played Unleashed for someone brought it over to my house once, and I tried it out for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I gave up on that one pretty quick.
Oh,
but you know what was pretty okay was Generations, Sonic Generations. I have that on Steam.
Yeah, I never picked that one up.
It was dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Part of the big Sega bundle, so I picked it up, and it was okay. I played through a few stages.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like the whole 3D, 2D kind of play in the game. That was looked really awesome. Not one that I ever picked up. Maybe I'll have to find that one used some more and give it a go.
It's really cheap on Steam. I'm sure it'd probably be the best place for you to get it.
Yeah, I don't game on my PC though.
Oh, okay.
I don't game on my Mac very often. I buy a lot of stuff on Steam, and then it just sits there in my library.
So that's the thing. The Steam sale is going to start soon.
Yeah, I tend to not look at news sites during that week because it's like, oh my God, this game I'll never play is only $3. Let me go buy it. And then it just sits in my list. Yeah. All right, moving on. Disney Infinity is a game, and it is coming out this year, August 18th, I believe, something like that. And it's basically Disney's take on Skylanders. Skylanders did so well. Disney says, hey, I want some of that fat toy money. And they came out with something called Disney Infinity. And when they first announced it, I laughed. I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever. You get a game. Yes, they should put that on the box, Steven. That would be really great. It just drives me insane. Like you buy the game and you get to play in a couple different worlds. And if you want to play in a different world, you actually have to go buy another set for $25 and then buy all these characters. And I'm like, it was bad enough with Skylanders where you needed characters of different types, but at least that made sense. This one was just kind of like, we're going to sell you the game and lock up all the content. And I was just, this is the stupidest game ever. And then I watched some of the videos this week, and the one that really kind of sold me on it was they released a 2 or 3 minute trailer on what their toy box mode is, and it's like Minecraft for kids. It looks so much fun, and as soon as I saw it, I could just see the looks of joy on my kids' faces if they played this. So basically, what Disney Infinity is, it's like Skylanders. You buy the box. It comes with the game. It comes with some figures. It comes with a playmat. The playmat connects to your console. You put the figures on the playmat. The figures go into the game. there's play sets, little cubes that you put on the mat. When you put a cube for a specific world, so it could be like Radiator Springs, or it could be the Pirates of the Caribbean world, or it could be the Lone Ranger, or it could be the cube that comes with the game that has Monsters University, The Incredibles, and I think one more. I can't remember what else it comes with. Pirates of the Caribbean, I think maybe is what it comes with. You can play those worlds, and they have campaigns where you basically have stuff to do, because you have to defeat a boss, you power up your characters, yada yada yada, and then you can buy other sets if you want to go to different worlds. I always thought that was kind of expensive and kind of going to be kind of stupid. But when you go into toy box mode, anything that you've unlocked in the game, plus stuff that you haven't unlocked, but you've experienced it, you can now go into a world where you can build your own levels. So you basically can drop like a Scrooge McDuck's money pit in one area, and then you draw a track in, and then you drop some monster trucks, and then you race around it. It's like Little Big Planet. It's like Little Big Planet Racing. It's like it's everything that I love about these types of creative games that are coming out, but it's done with Disney stuff. So they've announced a few play sets. Money bin. Are you making fun of me, Steven, in the chat room? Is that what you're doing?
Just a little bit.
You're just ripping on everything I say.
No, not everything.
Bastard. But yeah, you do all that stuff. You build your own levels and you just have fun with it. They showed some item interactions, like you remember those sticky hands that you'd get from like gumball machines? You'd put a quarter and you get a sticky hand.
Yes.
Where you could pick up paper. Well,
yes.
They showed I can't even remember the character, but he had one of those sticky hands, and someone was taking off in a plane, and then he sticky hand to the plane, and then as the plane took off, he was basically flying along behind the plane. And That's it's just like cool. All this other stuff. Like it looks more inventive and more creative than I thought this game would be. I thought it would just be a cash in and a way to make money for selling basically figurines. But it looks nice. It's, I don't know. I watched this toy box thing and it's like, crap. Where am I going to pre-order this now? I looked online, and it looks like one of the Best Buy here in Winnipeg. If you pre-order the game, you get another character and a pack of those discs or whatever that augment your characters and stuff like that. So I already own Skylanders. I've bought all the characters for Skylanders I. I have the bulk of the characters for Skylanders II because I'm a collector. And now this new thing is coming out, and I am fearing for my bank account. So anyway, I just wanted to mention this.
It's going to be the end of it.
I think it will. I think it's the end of my marriage. Actually, my wife will kick me out with my Disney Infinity toys in hand. And it's like, they're not even for me anyway. They're for my kids.
You're going to be in an alley with a little shack made out of Disney Infinity toys.
No, I'll just have a sign, Lightning McQueen, please. Need Lightning McQueen and Violet. I don't know. I really. Would
you willingly put anything from Cars in your collection?
I like Cars.
Okay.
I like the movie. I'm looking forward to Planes.
The first one, right?
Yeah, the second one was the only good thing about the second one was when Mater ate the wasabi, and I laughed, and I was like, yeah, that was kind of worth it. I watched the whole movie for that one little joke. That's what it is. But
you got something out of it. That's more than I got out of it.
Yeah. The only problem with this Disney Infinity is it's expensive. Like each character is like $12, which is, I mean, that's kind of Skylander price, I guess. But when you buy a play set, it comes with the world and 2 figurines, and it's like $29.99 or something like that, or $35. It's not cheap. But when you do that, it unlocks a whole bunch more content. But then I get to thinking, well, shouldn't this content already be on the disc? Because that little tiny like crystal orb you're putting on the thing obviously doesn't hold the gigabytes of data that will stream, because you just put it on there and then you're in that world. So the disc is shipping with all this content on it, but you have to buy the physical DLC that unlocks this stuff. And then I get angry, and it's just, anyway. I like it. I think this will be fun for me and my kids. I'm going to post a link to the Toy Box trailer, because the Toy Box trailer they just put out really sort of changed my mind on the whole thing. It made me kind of want to buy this, even though I know that I'm going to be spending too much money on little plastic bits again, but it looks really cool. So anyway, I'll post it here. The reason why it's in the Nintendo show is because if I do buy it, it will be on the Wii U, because I think it's definitely kind of family-friendly Wii U kind of thing. But yeah, check it out. Let us know what you think. If you're going to be picking up Disney Infinity for yourself or your family, let me know. I want to hear some other thoughts about it, because I'm really on the fence here, and I'm staring at the pre-order button right now, and I kind of want to press it, even though I know that I'm going to be probably really angry when I realize how much content I'm actually getting for the $35 packs, and how all that content definitely couldn't just be included in the figurines, and then it's already on the disc, and then get angry and scream at Disney for doing that. The one cool thing about this is Disney owns pretty much everything now. So you know that there's going to be Disney Infinity Marvel, Disney Infinity Star Wars packs. You know, all that stuff will be coming in sequels or as content updates. And the thought of that really makes me excited to run around with like lightsabers, and like basically you could take a lightsaber to Lightning McQueen, Steven, and that would make you happy, because apparently you really hate cars.
Well, we could take the lightsaber to Mater, and then that would be a good thing, I think.
You don't like Mater?
He was entertaining enough for half of one movie, and they put him in two, and they had him star in the second one.
Yeah. I like Mater. Mater's funny. Anyway, so that's Disney Infinity. Toy box looks really cool. Might have changed my mind on. I might not even get Skylanders Swap Force now. I might end up moving over to Disney Infinity, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, moving on, Steven, I'm not reading your chat room. I'm gonna actually block you on the chat room. I don't want to see what you have. Anyway, last but not least, there was an announcement today, a big YouTube announcement over at Rovio's YouTube channel, and that is that Angry Birds Trilogy is coming to the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo Wii U on August 13th.
Woo! Why didn't they announce this at E3? Man, people would have been like, Sony, what the hell's that?
I just love how they knew the announcement was such a snore that they actually released it as a YouTube video just to get more content on their YouTube channel. And it has an ad at the start, which makes it even better. It's like, it is an ad. You're putting an ad on an ad. How does that make any sense?
It's like the Inception.
It is. Anyway, so Angry Birds Trilogy, come to the Wii U August 13th. And that, my friends, tells you how slow of a Nintendo news week it was.
Finally, Angry Birds on a touch device.
Why do people buy the Angry Birds Trilogy? Why are you spending $30 for stuff that costs you 99 cents on your phone? Like, don't do it. What are you doing? It only kind of made sense with like the PlayStation Move, and even that was stupid. Like, don't do it. Right. Don't validate this thing.
Yes. Don't support this.
Oh, damn it. Anyway, it's coming to the Wii U. So if you have been waiting, if you haven't owned it on 7 different devices already, you can now own it on your 8th. All right.
I'm holding out for Tiny Tower, for the $60 version of Tiny Tower for Wii U.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's exactly the same, except, you can do off-screen play. Finally, I can play Tiny Tower on a touch device in my bed.
This is amazing. I can play it right on my tablet.
This is worth the $60 instead of playing it for free.
And I still have to buy the in-game currency if I want to get ahead, even though I bought the disc.
You buy the bucks.
Yeah.
The new feature is you don't get bucks in game. You have to buy them.
Oh, yes. Where do I sign up for that? That's great. Anyway, that is the end of our incredibly slow news week show, episode number 51. Thanks, everybody, for coming out in the chat room. Thanks, everybody, for subscribing and checking us out at vgpodcast.com. We love each and every one of you, and we love all the feedback you guys are sending in. Do send in your emails and your voicemails. You can do that at vgpodcast.com. You can click contact us, or just email us directly at vgpodcast@gmail.com. We do... Here, let me start this up. Everybody likes the Donkey Kong music, so I'll keep it going. We do have a voicemail line. Just dial 505 VG Podcasts, and you can leave us a voice message with your phonema thing, and we can take that voicemail and play it on a future episode of the show. And Steven will make rude comments about it in the chat room while it plays, I'm sure. All right, guys, that's going to about do it for episode 51. Thanks for tuning in and joining us, and we'll be back in 1 week's time with episode 52. Take it easy, everybody.
Bye.